So it's a huge upgrade on 3D Studio. So the 3D Studio that we are going to use today is definitely different to the one that you were using last week if you were using it. It's completely recoded. I guess almost from scratch. Mostly the engine is new, the light is new, the possibilities are new, and that's a beginning of getting the 3D Studio even more exciting. Okay, you're gonna see certain things today that hopefully you're gonna like. So things that you're gonna probably see here. As always, we can drag models, and now we are allowing for Pro and Enterprise to use models larger than 200 megabytes locally. So that is already enabled. So you can start working with larger models, and then we have now a toolbar on the left. It's a big difference now. We have a toolbar on the left. Let me just hide the images for a second. So you will see the different interface that we have. Also, I can hide the 3D model itself, the assets, the camera, generations. So this is things that we can do, and then we can navigate now in a easier way. You can go here to the icon on the left is the person. So now we're moving like a person here inside of the building. So it's more like moving around the space. It's gonna be easier to control the position that we have. But most importantly, let me get out the building. Okay, I'm gonna show you something. So then I go out. So you can see the shadows way more precise compared to the other version that we had. But also, if I go to orbit mode and I go even further back, you're gonna see that we have our beloved sun chart. So we are introducing realistic lighting to our generations here. So you can go to the sun panel, and then here you're gonna be able to change the location. Singapore, for instance, you can change
the notes here too.
You can send the
Irina's asking.
yeah, I think there. Let me see, because I was working on that feature. I don't know if it's like push up or not, but yeah, we can definitely hide the notes. I think it's maybe in the cameras. There should be one option that the notes are hidden. I will find it. I will find it. But yeah, if it's not pushed in this version, it's in my dev and should be pushed in the next one. So don't worry about that. So here we have the sun, and then the sun. You can change to now, and then you can modify the time. You can see how the light changes accordingly. Okay, so you can actually do this kind of things, modifying the light. You can go to the time, and they will have something like that. So you can modify as well the vertical angle of the light. You can modify the rotation of the light. So you can get these things. I think the UI got a bit small here, so I think we need to fix a bit of the UI in the left side. But I think it's just a few things alongside with the notes that Irina requested.
Sati asked, in this version, is the 2-point camera automatic?
Automatic?
2-point camera?
Yeah, it's automatic, but also you have an option to change it. We have as well an option to disable that mode as well. So those are things that we have incorporated, but you can modify them. Then here we have, maybe this is the FOV, we have the camera. I think we removed the option to take it out, but it's possible to put it back. So that is another feature that we will bring back. So now the other thing that we have as well is that once we are inside of the generation, you can see the shadows already kind of like working really well. I'm gonna just remove the selection so I don't select anything that I don't want to. I'm going to place the camera using the orbit and then the walk, so I can modify the position. So I'm going to this space, right? So I'm going here. I can check the camera field of vision. So you can see now the light is very precise, and that is really helping guiding the intent. And also you will notice that we have also here the assets. So you can bring assets as well to the generations. So the burlap furniture that we had, you can drag it directly into the space. Of course, the scale here is wrong, but you can click on the element. So just select assets. So when you click on the element, right click will allow you to set the height, for instance, 0.45, enter. So now you're gonna start getting into the actual size for that chair. And that chair also creates shadows. And then you can see that you can rotate the point of view and the chair will be also always facing you. Okay, so you're gonna try to follow the intent of the camera. Okay, that will be something that you will see. And then as well, we are allowing to select certain elements like that, for instance, in this case, the floor, and you can modify locally the 3D model. So now it's editable. The 3D model that we have now is editable. You can move elements. So that's also handy when you're working with certain elements you want to move, you want to displace, just select and move. All right, so that is new in this version. Move elements, take this one out. You can undo as well. So we have do and undo for these operations. So that allows you to do some actions real time. And that is the beginning of the transformations that we want to do. In 3D Studio here is going to be more and more editable and getting more exciting. So if I generate an image here, there's two modes as well. As you can imagine, we have the precise and we have the contextual mode. Going for precise, I would recommend maybe you can go for good. I think would be a good generation if you go just for good mode. And then I'm gonna just remove these elements. And I'm going to maybe go with a walk and look at the area that you want to generate, something like this. And then I'm gonna create the view.
Irena asks, can we add textures to the model?
At the moment, we don't allow dragging the texture directly, but you can import the texture directly from the modeler that you have used. You use a Rhino or 3D Studio Max, you can actually get the models directly into the 3D file. But of course, it's part of the pipeline that we have. We're going to add textures and of course, AI textures as well, just not applying the texture, but prompting directly on the element. So
you're saying importing the 3D file, which is
correct.
the OBJ format, the GLB formats, right?
Those contain textures and they will be displayed here. So you export the texture, it will be here as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we had before, the cameras are saved here, right? So the cameras are here. We can always go to the cameras. The menu of the camera is here. You can click on going to camera, and then you can switch on the image, and the images will be here. Okay, the image will be here, on and off. So you can go to any generation, any point of view. You can see the generation that we had, 1 and 2. So now, the one thing we actually are testing as well, I'm gonna just for now delete the notes for
Katan. Yeah. Sorry, Katan, I don't know if I'm changing your name. Katan asked, can you import SketchUp drawings?
You can, but you need to export them first as FXB or FXB is a good extension, and GLB as well is a good extension. They're native to SketchUp. At the moment, importing SketchUp directly as a native file is giving us some issues. So we are not releasing that one yet. But as I mentioned, you can export as GLB or FXB. Both are gonna work well. So if we go, let's say, to this image that we have generated. So this one is the one before. You can also do one thing that is very fun. You want to try this one here. Just we are implementing always these explorative tools, which is when you hover the image that you have generated, you will see that you have now a number of options. You have to see the image, to download the image, to delete the image, but also to apply the image as a texture. So that's interesting. It's just fun. I'm going to apply it here. And now the image has been applied to the 3D model. So basically, let me see. Oh, because I'm inside. Okay, let me just go to the other view here. This one, and I'll apply this one. This one. This one, apply. Let me see if the option works. It's experimental. I'm showing also some experimental modes. In this case, it didn't go because of the vertical. Oh, because of vertical perspective. Okay, I will tell you guys how this tool works in a future update. For now, just keep in view that we have some options here to the images, and when we can switch back to the mode that we had before, just go to the representation icon, you can go back to layer, texture, so you can see the model in different views. Okay, so you can go back to layer, wire, and everything else. Here you have shadows. You have also ambient occlusion and other elements you can try experimenting with. Okay, so this is it has improved a lot. Okay, so you can have a look at that. So 3D model, as I mentioned, now we have more editable elements. You can do you select maybe elements here. You can do a window selection. You can select elements, or you can click on the element that you want to move, and then you can move it up and down. So for us, has been like, kind of a feature that we were actually looking forward to sharing, because some people are using models that needs to be changed for generations, and now probably you're gonna have more flexibility on that.